Hello and good morning.
Hello, good morning. How is everyone doing? It's a Monday.
It's a Monday.
The weekend's over. How did you all have a good weekend?
Yes, explain in detail how your weekend was superior to all other weekends.
I was meant to say, did you all have a good weekend, but the words got all jumbled.
That's okay, India. I think we can go with the intent of what you meant, which was a well-wishing of weekends.
How did we all have a good weekend? I am getting a draw pile set up, so if people want to jump in, they are welcome to. I'm going to be doing some studies, I think, some gestures and basic warm-ups.
Cool. I can get in on that too.
I can get in on that jam.
Devin, how was your stream? I saw you were streaming.
Oh, Devin! How are you doing? Hello, also Steiny. Nerdy Hats is happy as a clam. Wonderful.
Oh, David, it's okay. There will be others.
David, what is David saying? He can't join the draw pile?
Yeah.
Oh no! There's gonna be Davidless.
It to his it's big long, yeah. Oh, you're in render hell in After Effects for the next 2 hours.
Oh, oof. I hope it's going okay. The password is animorning. Mic to this if you wanted to.
All right, okay.
Put it somewhere that people can see.
Put it somewhere.
Oh, okay, Steiny.
Is it
tired?
Is it Animation Breakfast Club as well?
Yep.
Okay, I got it. I got something for this. Crash button now. Drop out details. Wait, where did the dropout details go? It's there.
Morning, Hardick. Morning, Exoskelet.
There you go.
Yeah, I did get a massive amount of sleep last night, so I'm sorry if I'm tired. You said there was a way to put smoothing on these brushes, Mike.
I thought so. Over on the right hand thing, there's like a smoothing option.
Yeah.
I don't know how good it is.
Need to find out what that is.
Did you put it on droppile.net, India?
There it is. Yeah, I did. Sure did. While smoothing is on highest. And yet.
Filter and yeah, there it is. Fab. Join old Swifty.
Join me.
How big is the canvas? It doesn't matter, it's big enough.
I don't know. Smoother. Oh man, Devin's gonna go and see TWRP in Nashville this week. Oh, that's so exciting!
That's super cool.
Goodness gracious! Oh, David's gonna laptop it and intro us. How long has it been since you last used it, David? Steiny, I know that feeling. I've been super tired the last week. Okay, I've got my little corner. I'm gonna find some peoples to draw.
Where are you drawing from?
Me in terms of gestures?
Yeah, what are you using as reference?
I'm not sure yet, actually.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I'll try quick poses. You got VIP tickets, so you can do the meet and greet.
Huzzah. I can't really pull that off, can I?
You just need to
Huzzah,
practice.
dude. Yeah.
You need to practice before you see them, and then you can give them a good sa.
Is it just sa?
Yeah.
Mm.
Sounds good, Hardik. Join us. You have to give them all a hug from us, Devon. We're going to get to see them in October. They're coming to Dublin. You're going to bring them a realistic rendering of Sung Scatman John. That's amazing.
That'd be great. You can watch Sung crack up.
So good. Hello, Rabbit. No, rush exoskeleton. We will be here. Okay, I'm going back to my cubes, guys.
Interesting.
Because I was doing an Eddie Yen study yesterday. Eddie Yen's a really good Capcom artist. If you've seen Capcom art, you've probably seen some of Eddie Yen's art. And the way that they construct their figures, it feels like they've almost used boxes in order to construct their figures. Like the way they do their shading, it's very cubic. The underlying structure.
So you're gonna come here. Thanks for the host, Josie.
So yeah, I'm attempting to learn that.
Hello. Hey, Day.
I feel like Eddie Yen has like a formula that they follow for drawing bodies.
You reckon?
Yeah, I reckon so. That is very cubic. And I don't know what it is. So I'm just going to have to work out something that works for me, I guess. See. I'm still raving about my coolest video game. Hey, I'm just talking about Eddie Yen. I'm not saying anything about anything. Don't know what you mean.
She's moved on to the art.
Yeah, I've moved past that stupid game. Who even likes that game? It's overrated. I found a fan server on Discord and I've joined it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was like, there are fan servers for everything. I bet there's a fan server for this. I also spent that entire day asking every single person who I met if they knew what it was. And I discovered a couple more people who knew what it was. I'm no longer afraid to talk about it.
Why were you afraid in the first place to talk about it?
I guess I wasn't afraid. It's just that I was kind of convinced that no one would have heard of it.
You'd convinced yourself.
Yeah, no one I've ever spoken to before has ever known what it was. So I'd kind of learned that there's probably not much point talking about it.
Ah.
But as soon as I found out one person did, well, That's it. My head is spinning.
The floodgates, they be opening.
Yeah.
I know what I'll use. I'm going to use some of the reference that Hardic sent me.
Yes! Hardic sent some amazing reference over to Mike and I. I was using it yesterday. Tons of cool action poses.
I think I have it in my bookmark tab.
Haven't I been on these set long enough? What do you mean? To realise that there are fans everywhere now that you can meet and talk to and share interests with. I literally had not thought about the fact that there could be a fan server.
Oh, on Discord.
Yeah, and then as soon as I did, I was like, of course there would be. There's a fan server for everything on Discord. Oh, thank you, Clumsy Martian. Yes, as of yesterday night for us, Starlight Brigade got 3 million views, which is amazing. I feel like it slowed down enough that we can stop counting now, but this was one of the milestones I really, really wanted to hit because we felt close enough that it could happen. I'm so happy it did. I may leave the cubic approach for now in favour of just doing something sketchy and loose and then properly break it down afterwards and see if I can figure out how to cubic figure. Feels like something I may need to put more brain power into than I currently am.
And you currently have the capacity
yeah,
for.
I drew a really bad leg just now. Nobody look. Nobody look at me. Don't look at my face, no! Don't look at me. Can't even use the excuse of it being in perspective because it's not in perspective. You drew your mom as a knight for her birthday present. That's so nice. What a nice present. Did you like it? Or have you not given it to her yet? Steve Ann has a pretty cubic way of constructing his drawings. Is that right? Is that right? Because did you take the drawing course? Because it was I believe it was the storyboarding course that I took.
Does he have a couple of courses?
He does. He has one which is drawing basics, one which is storyboarding basics, one which is action storyboard, I believe. Yeah, Bertie, I agree. Like Steve Ann, what I've watched of him, and I've been doing the storyboarding ones, the lessons are extremely slow, but they are jam-packed with good information. Like after I finished a lesson, I always feel like the exercises and knowledge I've gained from the lesson were worthwhile, but the lesson itself is very slow.
So he's got good info, but he kind of doesn't. Do you reckon you're rewarded for your patience?
I think so. I think he could deliver the same information in a more concise way, but the fact that we're getting the information at all is very good.
Okay.
Interesting, Bertie. Does he take you through the process of how he constructs that? Or is it just something that he tends to do, but doesn't necessarily break down? Thank you, Clumsy Martian. We're going to keep making stuff so long as we're able to. As long as the skin on my bones. I'll be trying to make cool stuff.
Yeah, thanks, Clumsy.
Knights are making some cool stuff right now. I can't share anything about it, except to say that it's cool. And hopefully we'll be able to share it soon, like in the next end of the year, I think. Hopefully we'll be able to share it. We'll see.
Cat. Hello, cat.
Woo!
Boof. She boof.
She's a buff.
Oh no.
TVG, you're blind? Why? What happened? What did you do? Hello, Sarkat, how have you been?
Hey, how's it going?
Maybe I should try and do an Egon Shield and exaggerate all this anatomy. That could be fun.
Could be fun.
That could be fun. How are we two, Mike?
Hmm?
How are we two?
How are we two?
Mhm.
Oh, how are you two? Busy, overworked, in need of a break, I think.
Aw, Mike.
I
What
think
would be your ideal break if you could choose anything?
a year.
No, I mean, like, what would you do? Like,
Oh. I would
you could choose something to do or somewhere to go. What would it be?
I'm not sure. I think I would probably just stay here and
Just at home.
just rest. Like, if you organize a trip or anything, it's still fairly active. I don't feel rested after going on like a trip. I actually feel more tired. So I would want to like just slow down and just enjoy. Like, I think I would exercise more if I was on a break.
Yeah.
But they would be like,
I wouldn't.
okay. But yeah, I'd probably just stay here and sleep and play video games.
Sounds pretty good. Can't say that doesn't sound great. Exoskeleton says the ideal break is the beach. The worst break is a breakdown. Unless it's like a sweet rap breakdown. In which case I can get behind that.
Did you make the breakdown joke? Nope, exoskeleton dead. Okay.
Or a broken bone. Yeah, that's also not fun.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that on my break. It's like, oh, Mike's taking a break. Why? Because he's literally broken a limb.
What's this? Bertie suggesting relaxing video game music for 3 hours by Fruddle. Ooh. I mean, that sounds great. We probably won't be able to play on the stream because of copyright issues, but... TVG, Star Brigade merch. What about it? What about it? You can see it now, can't you? You can all see it. You can see what we made. Very excited. I also have pie in the sky dreams for merch that might eventually happen. There are no plans to make it so, but imagine how cool it would be to have like little model ships and stuff. Action figures, plushies. These are all things which I'd love pie in the sky to be able to make.
Oh, I think your Streamlabs tip thing isn't working.
Whoops. Need, want, desire. Are you going to any of the shows, TVG, because you could get some there. I think they're selling all of it at the shows.
What's not working about it, Hardy?
Sometimes I swear the less you care about a doodle and the less effort you put into it, the better it comes out. Rabbit, that's your philosophy of art in general.
I think, okay, so something weird happened when I started using Streamlabs for our event list. It keeps adding support us on Streamlabs in our video description. But I think that is hooked up, but we were trying to do it through Tippy Stream instead. I'm pretty sure though that last time I set this up so that it was okay. Yeah, the PayPal and everything's connected.
Is there any way for you to check, Mike, or?
Not in an easy way just now.
Fair enough.
Think.
And yeah, Steiny, you said too that you also follow the less effort you put into thinking about drawing, the better your drawing comes out. Bertie says that's because a lot of thinking restricts brain to hand flow. Brain to hand flow! I definitely can overthink and become trapped in my brain. So Clumsy Martian asks, how do you set up your schedules when you work on your animation and art? Just wondering. Well, one of the things which has helped a lot with scheduling is these morning streams. Because even if we're up late the night before, we have to make sure that we're ready in the morning to do these. So it gets us up and at our desks in the morning. So I'd say give yourself a rule that you need to be at your desk at a certain time every morning.
Yeah, and maybe tell someone else that that's your plan so that you have some accountability.
Mm-hmm. And then from there, we used to schedule out per hour every day. But at the minute, scheduling's fallen off a bit because things are a bit hectic around here. So we tend to work a bit looser and more flexibly now. So what we tend to do is to have instead like a certain number of tasks that we're aiming to do for the day. And to try and be mindful of not spending too long on any one thing. At least that's how I've been doing it. So
yeah, it's a good approach, I think.
For example, if I have an illustration I need to finish, some background characters I need to draw for a scene, and a scene I need to animate, then I'll probably spend like 2 hours or something on the illustration, then stop myself, then try and knock out the background characters, and then spend the remaining amount of the day getting as much done on the animation as I can. And the aim is to get it done, not necessarily perfect. I'm focusing more on the amount of work I can do than the quality of the work. And that's not to say I'm not trying to make it good. I am still trying to make it good, but I'm also making sure I'm not scared to show clients or team members things that I may feel are rough. And I'm trying to ask for help with problems rather than solve them myself for expediency. Because that kind of stuff can really eat into your scheduling. When you're worried about getting feedback on something and you want to fix the problem yourself and you spend an extra 4 hours on it, like that's eating into your scheduling.
Yeah, it's almost wiser to cut that short and just ask for help.
Yeah. Exascaler says work smarter, not harder. And yeah, that's it. Get the basics of what you can get in as fast as you can. So that's the current thing, is just trying to make sure that you're tracking what tasks you have on your plate, when you need to do them by, and trying to polish off the things which you can polish off sooner.
Yeah.
We'll probably have a more constructed and formal schedule once work calms down a bit. Sounds weird. It's probably like the point at which you need a constructed schedule is probably more likely when you are super busy.
Yeah.
But that's also when we have less time to make schedules and when we have to be more flexible in what work we're doing, because we're getting more put on our plates from different directions and angles. So we have to be able to kind of change what we're doing on the fly.
We'll figure out something at some point.
Yeah,
It works.
I'm sure we're still trying to work out what works for us.
These references are so good. Like, same pose from multiple angles. I'm really enjoying these.
See you, TBG. Also, Verti puts it well. She says, I've decided to execute a thought of, I don't have to work in order as long as I get the idea out quicker. I can move around in the timeline. Which is good. What about the sleeping schedule? Is it still an issue that you guys have to deal with when it comes to deadlines? Yeah, definitely. Because when you're freelancing and you're working from home, you can stay at a desk for as long as you want. So it's often the case that if we don't get what we want done that day, the temptation is to just keep working an extra couple of hours to try and get it done. So we end up at our desks till like quite late at night, and then we don't end up getting as much sleep as we want to. That's like a self-discipline thing. That's us making sure we take care of ourselves enough to go to bed, even though the work's not done.
Yeah.
And if you have a good boss and team, they will understand you saying, hey, it's like 11:30 at night. I'm going to go to bed now.
See you tomorrow.
You know, so long as you're communicating with your team, so if you do have too much on your plate and you can't get it done on time, they know and they can try and help with that.
Yeah.
Keeping your team updated so that they can see how fast it's taking you to do each task, and therefore plan using that. Devin, it's 12:30 a.m. where you are. Yeah, it can be okay. Like, our flatmate is extremely prolific, and he's a very, very good comic artist. And his schedule that he works on tends to be more nocturnal than ours. So he can get up anywhere from midday till later in the afternoon.
But he's up very late.
Yeah, but he tends to work until round about 5 in the morning. And that's just something he's fallen into. And I don't think he necessarily wants it to be that way. I think he wants to break out of it, but he does manage to get stuff done. Like, it works for him. It's much more convenient to be on your own time zone, daytime wise.
Yeah, I think a schedule that lets you not have to think about a schedule is probably the best. Like, if you're constantly like clock watching, I think it gets stressful. Because anything that you put in as a time limit for yourself is an estimate, and you might be wrong with your estimates. You might end up stressing yourself out to the point you're like, I'm not hitting my quotas. Like, well, take another look at what your quotas are then.
Yeah. Sometimes clock watching is the best thing for me. Like, sometimes setting an alarm for every 5 minutes and seeing what I'm doing every 5 minutes is really helpful, actually, in seeing where the time's going.
I think it's good for short bursts.
Yes. Like 4-hour bursts or something. Like I did with Girl in the Glim, where I set a timer for each panel and gave myself half an hour to work on it, or 10 minutes to work on it, or 40 minutes to work on it. And then just said, well, it's done, I'm stopping. See what's David saying. David's saying, boop-a-doop. I always have 12 to 14 hours set away each day for work, 5 to 6 hours sleep, 1 hour exercise, and rest of time for kids, wife, errands, etc. Yeah, let's see. That would leave you 4 hours for errands and kids and wife and everything.
Do you find that works for you, David?
Well, David's definitely very fast. Like, David makes the most of the time he has to work.
Yeah.
And I think that's also to do with the fact that he knows he has to make time for kids and family and such. So the time he has is really the only time he has. He can't push things to later.
Yeah. It's weird. Like, when you have more time, more free time potential, the slower your work can go, because you feel like you have that safety net of time. Whereas if you have less time, you're like, well, I have to get this done.
Yeah, it's weirdly true. Like, sometimes you'll find people when they have day jobs are more productive than people who don't. And it's because you're forced to spend some of the time when you're working on other stuff thinking about how you're going to manage your time when you get it. And then when you get it, you know you have to make the most of it. Hello, Carl Sagan. So Verti says, for my boarding gig this month, I planned ahead with my boss to see how much time I would need to complete it on time, and then averaged out the amount of days each part needed. That's some good forward planning there. And Clumsy Martian, yeah, I get you. Scheduling is very difficult. hardest days are when you have, let me read this David message, have a ton of work to do but zero energy motivation to do it. Especially more difficult if you have creative work where you need to be mentally present. Yeah, exactly. I've been having problems with that recently, being super tired. Where I felt like I need to be able to think and focus on the work properly. But I've just been like so drained. I don't know if you're still experiencing that, David, but I know you were wrestling with that a little while ago. And I think it might be like a burnout thing.
Yeah, it sounds like a burnout thing.
Yeah, just like too much stuff. Can't be on all the time. Brain needs to shut down. That's amazing, Bertie. Like, I'm really happy that because you planned ahead, you were able to take that time out for yourself. Yeah, remember to plan for flexibility as well, Clumsy Martian. Just because unexpected stuff happens.
Yeah.
And you need to have the flexibility to be able to shift things around. And also you need to account for the fact that projects might balloon outward. It's like an animation scene that I work on. Like, I always feel like, oh, it'll take just this long to do it. But then when I come to actually do it, there's so much more to think about and more to clean up and more little details that I hadn't planned for, that it takes much longer than I anticipated. I think learning to account for that is important.
Yeah. I think trying to be too rigid, you end up like beating yourself up when you're not hitting everything that you intended, which can be a little bit demotivating sometimes, or there's a danger of that anyway.
Space Dad says, when I was working on the short at 6-point harness, I found I could manage my time very well and didn't feel burned out. That's good. How did you manage your time on that project? Bertie, that's awesome. It sounds like you're learning to schedule the way that feels good for you and works for you. Yeah, David, it's true. You can't take a break from life. There's always unexpected stuff that's going to happen. There's always stuff that you're going to need to do. Like, you get a week break from work and then suddenly you realize, oh, I need to reply to these 50 emails. Oh, I need to make sure I've got my tax stuff sorted out. Oh, I need to visit this person, do that thing, see that thing. And it very quickly disappears. Because life doesn't stop just because your work has. And there's still stressful things that are going to happen.
Oh. Chap just jumped. After finishing your current work, you're thinking of sending your reel to one of the studios in your country, Hardik. But it would be bad if they got back to you. Why are you sending it?
If you don't want the job, don't worry about sending it. I think. Just because in all likelihood they'll get back to you and say, yes, we're interested, and then you'll be like, oh shit, now I have to decide. BLX comedy? I don't think so. I think it is healthy to be able to see other people and hang out with friends. I think that's important. But I think if you need to take a break, then you should totally do that. And that includes from people. I've given people more space to work in. There you go, peoples.
Oh, cool. Which way did you do it?
I shrunk myself into the corner because I realised I was
okay.
taking up large amounts of the canvas. I'm going to be a home goblin forever. You have to get into the world to learn. That's true. It is valuable to get studio experience, but I mean, preferably you'd be getting studio experience somewhere where you feel like their work inspires you. I do think it's important to get experience actually. Oh, sorry, Emla. I didn't mean to shunt you over. I do think it's important to get experience in actual real world places with real world people.
Yeah.
Rather than working remotely online all the time. But I also think you don't want to do something for the sake of it that you feel like is going to be a bad experience for you. It's like when you take a break, you stop to realise that work isn't everything. Yeah, it's true. I actually find it a little bit scary how I can go on break and not draw for like 3 or 4 days. And it doesn't really affect me.
Affect you in what way?
Huh?
But it doesn't affect you in what way?
But like when I draw every day and my job is drawing and I love drawing and I'm constantly thinking about how to improve and what I need to do next in terms of work. When that's taken away and I'm still like here and nothing in the world has changed.
Right.
Realizing that that's not everything. And the only reason it's super important is because I'm making it super important.
Gotcha.
To me, is a weird feeling. Like, would anything actually change if I stopped doing it? Is it actually important for me to do it?
Things would change.
Like, I would still be here and fine and able to have a good and happy life. That's a weird realization, you know? Because it's something that's such a big part of my life that thinking about the fact that life wouldn't change that much if I didn't do it is strange.
I think it would change.
It might change for me.
I just don't think there's like irreparable damage you do by stopping drawing. If you like, it's not like you stop one day and it's like, well, everything's gonna go wrong now.
Yeah.
But if you stop drawing and stop making things, then the things that you would have been making won't exist. So you are making a change and a difference by making those things exist.
Yeah. David says, not gonna lie, I'd love life if I were able to flip-flop my work and time spent with kids, all day with kids and casual 3 to 4 hours personal art. Yeah, that sounds a wonderful vacation. Just to draw stuff for yourself and be able to spend the rest of your time with your family and your kids and your friends. That'd be amazing.
I bet you David would probably be able to set up a similar Patreon to like Sakimi-chan or something. I think people would like give you an amount per thing that you make if you really wanted to go that route.
I think David said that was a backup plan. If needed.
But I think you might go stir crazy not being able to work on the projects that you do have.
Yeah. And Emlet, I get you. I feel like the times when I haven't drawn have been when I've had like a job. I feel like there's been times when I've gone like almost a year or something without drawing properly. Because I've been doing stuff where I'm working like overtime, but that's not required for my job. Which is a weird feeling. I think it's just that it makes it very clear that it's my decision to make this a priority and make it important. And it kind of strips away all of the I have to's. Because really what I'm saying is I choose to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, night night, Devin.
Night, Devin.
You sleep well. Bertie, you've been developing your music skills. That's awesome. So Bertie, what kind of instruments are you going to play, or are you singing? Yeah, I mean, I definitely think you could do that, David. I agree with Emlet. I mean, you have an extremely dedicated fan base who all really like your stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that they would love high-res files, and tutorials would be amazing. That'd be the best. And, time lapses and such. But that's something that you would then have to put your time into doing. I think you could do it though. The problem is, I don't think any of us feel particularly free to just up and stop everything to do our own thing. We feel like we have certain responsibilities to people and work that we need to fulfill.
Yeah. I like your Sonic reacting to the life drawing I did, David.
Nice.
Can we open the canvas out a little more?
Yeah, sure thing. Let me expand the canvas. Everybody, warning, warning. I'm about to expand the canvas. Stop what you're drawing. I'm going to give us all more room. Awesome. See everybody stop on my screen. Okay. I've forgotten the shortcut. Is it control something? Or is it just a letter? Mike?
It's control and a letter.
Okay.
It's like control H, J, K, and L.
Watch out, people. Here we go. We're going up. And we're going across.
Thank you.
You're welcome. There you go. Give everyone a little bit more room. I have to properly label your layers. Yes. That is something you would need to do. Yeah, David, I agree. I've been starting to do that recently. Normally my layers are pretty much a mess, but recently I've been taking great pleasure in naming and color coding everything. It helps me find things, it helps other people find things.
Yeah. I've appreciated the assets that you were making were really good. Oh, we got Gorsh.
The
Thanks for
problem,
follow.
the problem for me is once I want to make changes to something, and I have to go and find the line art layer and adjust that, and then adjust the color art layer afterwards. When what I really want to do is just paint on top of it. I know, Verti. I know you do. You're an organized lady.
I think I need this in the mornings. I think this like life drawing and stuff. I've missed just doing this. I think it helps put my brain in the right gear. I think if I just try and start doing work that's a little bit more nebulous, like compositing and even just coloring. If I start there, I feel like I don't have. I'm starting in like first gear, whereas when I do drawings like this, I feel like I get into second and third gear creatively.
Right. Yeah, warm-ups. Warm-ups are important, and drawing for yourself is really important. I've been doing some more personal doodles lately, and it's been helping me to stay motivated and do my work faster during the day, because I'm excited to get off and finish whatever sketch I've been working on, which encourages me to work faster.
Yeah, if you can get through what you want to do for the day, then you have something at the end of it to reward yourself.
Yeah, it's also giving me wins, which keeps my motivation up and makes it easier for me to complete work faster.
That's clever. I think I get in a cycle of wanting to do personal work throughout the day, so doing a little bit of it spotted throughout the day, but it's more like a distraction than a reward. So it doesn't have the same emotional like, yeah, I did it. It's more like, oh, I'm doing it again. Whoops.
I think it's because you get distracted by it.
Yeah.
So you spend up putting the majority of your time into drawing stuff which is not for the work you're doing.
Yeah.
And then you only end up having like 3 or 4 hours at the end of the day, or 2 or 3 hours to do the actual work, at which point you're already kind of exhausted.
Yeah. Okay, David, no worries.
David say he's having to head off.
He's gonna doodle on his own iPad.
Okie dokie. Can't wait to see what you do, dude. I drew Hinata from Rival Schools the other day.
You should show it on the stream.
I'm gonna pop that up online probably after this. I didn't want to put it up yesterday because everyone was still celebrating about the 3 mil. So I was like, I'm not gonna post it right now. We'll wait till later. But yeah, I'm happy to show. I'll show it in just a sec. I'll just finish this dude, and then I'll post it. No, I'll post it. I'll show it on screen. But Hinata was more just a study of Eddie Ann's style.
Gotcha.
I'm looking forward to drawing some of my my favorite characters, because I like Hinata, but she's not one of my absolute faves. I mean, I like everyone in that game. That's the thing, is the roster is just so good. There's like, it's all killer, no filler. There's a good reason to play as every single character. They're all awesome.
Killer, no filler.
It's true.
It's good. Just a nice way to sum it up.
See, this is...
Blat's comedy asks, kind of off topic, but how did you two get so good at giving advice? I think just over time, people asking us similar questions or something that we have experience of. We have tangible examples to draw upon. Like, I think it helps if you're actively pursuing the same goals as someone is that is similar to what someone is asking you about.
I think also it helps that being in a community of artists who talk about this kind of stuff every now and then, we've heard a lot of perspectives on it. And so our own advice is kind of both our advice and an amalgamation of the good advice we've heard given to us from other people as well.
Yeah. I think that's why it helps to be able to reach out and talk to other people pursuing the same thing.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at so far. I'm not going to take the Hinata sketch any further, I don't think. Anything further would be properly neatening it up, but that's going to take too much time. So I am going to leave it like this and go on to a different sketch instead. Nerdy hats, you can do it. Don't be intimidated. It doesn't matter how well you draw on here, just have fun. Trust me, I've done plenty of bad drawings on these here draw piles. It's totally okay, no one's going to judge you.
The worst drawing you could do is the one you don't do.
Oh, Mike. I
What?
like it. I just did a really bad one. I'm just going to rub it out. Don't worry, we don't measure people by, like, the worst stuff they make. You measure people by the best stuff they make. Don't you even worry about it.
I think it's better to kind of, what's the word? Gauge. Let's use gauge. It's better to gauge someone by their rate of improvement than by their current state. Like, how much are they applying themselves?
Plus, everyone's really good at different stuff.
Yeah.
Like, what one person might be good at, another person might not be so good at, but they might be very good at something else. I think sometimes it's easy to see the rest of the world and other artists as one thing.
Conglomerate.
rather than a bunch of different individuals. And so it can sometimes feel like they're good at everything, where in actual fact it's like 100 plus people you're thinking about who are all good at individual things.
Rabbit says, I'm going to go around to everyone's draw pile drawings to give them a letter grade. That's how art works.
Oh no!
Bannable offense.
That is a bannable offense. Don't grade me, bro. Put in some ribbles. Wacom just released a new Cintiq model. Interesting. Interesting.
I'ma get it.
Oh yeah, with all the money we have. Addict says, channel the intimidation into motivation. That's good too. Channel your fear. Also, I think you improve fastest at art when you're having fun with it.
Yeah.
And I think comparing yourself to others and also being too intimidated to do it are enemies of having fun while you're doing it.
Yeah, like David's saying, he's not used a tablet in years, and like I'm drawing with a tablet just now. I've never really used a Cintiq. I wonder how different it feels.
Well, you've used mine, and you've told me that you hate it.
I didn't like it, but that's...
And I've told you that you're stupid, and that you'd get used to it.
Yeah, I just haven't put the time in to get used to it, because someone happens to keep using the one that I lived with.
You don't want to use it whenever I've offered it to you.
It's because I'm not used to it. I'm coming around to the idea that
You get used to it, you know?
I don't like how much it heats up.
It does get pretty hot. It does. Sometimes it scorches my hand a little bit. That's what I'm here for, Verti. To assure Doig of his foolishness constantly. Bamboos are great, also, Steiny. I still really love my bamboo. My bamboo served me for so many years. I've had this tablet, this Tintique, 4 years now.
Your Tintique.
My Tintique. I've had my Tintique like 4 years now, and it's been amazing. But before that, it was exclusively just a bamboo I was using. And it got me through so much stuff.
I still remember when you bought your Cintiq.
Oh,
You were so happy.
so happy. Saved up for a couple of months and I got it, and I was like, I've never spent so much money on a piece of equipment as I have just now on this. I hope it's worth it. And then I used it every single day for the next 4 years. And it was good.
Waffle says, we love a Tintique.
We love a Tintique.
My Intuos 3 is pretty scratched up too, Verdi.
You really need a new pen for yours. It's so broken.
It's fine. The pen is fine.
It's not. It's so broken.
The only thing that's broken about it is the pen pressure and the eraser.
Yes. Exactly.
But it's how I like the pen pressure now. I've been using it for 10 years.
Well, you're just going to have to get used to a new way of doing it, because it's going to be better for you in the long run. Any suggestions on a tablet to get? Yeah, Waffles, if you'd like to try it out, then the bamboos are really, really good. I would definitely suggest like the Bamboo Fun. You can get them fairly cheap now too, because I think some of them are fairly old, but they still work very, very well.
I don't think Tibbs is ambidextrous. I think she's just what's the word?
Joshin?
Josh. Yeah, let's go with Joshin.
Shooting the bull.
Shooting the bull. This is great.
Bertie says, I know she foolin' Doig. I'm just assuming she's even more skilled than she is already. You could learn to be ambidextrous, Tib. Start doing things with both hands. Get used to it.
Yeah. That's okay, Nadra. It's easy to forget. Whoa! All the phones are buzzing.
Oh my! We're probably going to go to past just because we started late.
Yeah. Absolutely, positively. I don't know why that came into my head, but it did.
4K displays for animating are a bad idea for animators, but great for illustrators. So how come they're bad for animators, David? Is it because it's faster to work smaller with animation? Pro tip, by the way, it's faster to work smaller with animation. When you have to do however many frames in a very short amount of time, drawing smaller makes a big old difference to how long it's going to take you to do the work. Space Dad says, because animators need smooth playback and high system resource requirements, 4K would make things chug.
I would like to get a new monitor, or 2 new monitors, if I'm honest.
2 new monitors.
The ones I'm using just now are super old.
So you'd want to replace both of them rather than up your monitor count to 3?
Well, I might keep. If I got 2 new monitors, I might try and go for a 3rd display as well. But what I'd want is 2 monitors that are color calibrated to one another, because my left one is slightly different from my right one.
Yeah, which for a colorist is sometimes a bit of a problem.
Yeah. For fairly obvious reasons. I've just been meaning to get a new monitor for like 6 years, so yeah.
Yeah, David, I think maybe a bigger screen for you would be really helpful. Yeah, that's one of the irritating things about Toon Boom. I find, David, is that in order to see your window properly, both your timeline and your drawing take up the same space. So the more you can see of one, the less you can see of the other. Oh, hello, Nature Sama. I hope that I pronounced that right now that you've said that we pronounced it right and I haven't pronounced it wrong. Ooh. So what's everyone going to be up to today?
Going for breakfast.
Is that us?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to have to check how much money we have in the account.
Oh, shit, son.
Mike and I are running very much on empty at the minute, waiting for a payment to come in. The payment's due in today, but it might not be in time for breakfast, which would mean we literally have nothing.
Gonna cry.
Just have to sit outside and enjoy the sun, and maybe make yourself a wrap that you can take outside.
Oh, okay.
It's not so bad.
It's not so bad.
Oh, Nerdy Hats, you're pumped! That's awesome. What are you pumped about? Are you getting a new piece of equipment or something? Tibbs is going to paint some walls today. That's awesome. Is this your new apartment, Tibbs?
Sounds like it.
Oh, that's so exciting. Do you know what you want to do with it? Do you have any crazy plans? See you, BLX Comedy. Night night.
Night-o.
Waffles, us too.
What are they saying?
That they hope we can get some breakfast. We'll see. Let's see.
I think we just got a dono.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Who
Let me check.
donoed?
It hasn't come up on my thing yet.
Bob Kerdog says, new subscriber here. Do you think you'll put some Starlight BTS on the channel? Behind the scenes. We'd love to. We'd have to get permission from TWRP and from Knights of a Light Table to do so, though. As we were only part of the team.
Gonna restart this since it seems to have...
Oh, Nerdy Hats, you got your first tablet to draw on. That's so cool. Yeah. Yes. A new world awaits you.
Why do you always trying to open over here, Tippy? Why? Get out of here.
Are you trying to see if we did indeed get a dono?
It was D. She says, "Eat, you fools!"
Aw, Bertie. Bertie,
Thanks,
thank
Bertie.
you. Does that go straight into our bank account, Mike?
No.
Oh.
Yes, it does.
Are you sure?
No, it doesn't.
Oh. Why would you say that? But thank you. We will use this for breakfast. It might not be today. Might
Thanks,
be tomorrow.
Bertie.
Thank you, Bertie. You guys are the best. We'll be alright. We have chicken and cheese and bread in the house, so we'll be alright for a couple of days. Behind the scenes stuff rocks. It's the best. I love it.
There's a second note in the PayPal says Birdie. I have to log into PayPal to see that. Am I allowed to read out the second message, or is this a secret message, Birdie?
Interesting. And Space Dad, you were saying, what does Patrick use mounted on a light table so he can rotate it? Because that sounds like something I want.
Aww. She says yes, you could read it. Birdie says, I get heckin' worried when friends say they need food money, so let this be start to maybe me cooking for you. Lol.
Oh, Bertie. Oh, it's so nice of you. Don't worry,
okay.
we're waiting on a payment, and it's that weird in between place, you know, where you've exhausted the money that you already had and you're just waiting for the next batch to come in. It's due in today, so we should have it, but we're fine either way. Like, we have food in the house and stuff. Pancake breakfast.
Oh.
If only we had eggs, Mike. If only we had eggs.
We could probably buy eggs.
We could probably have enough. We could get together some change and see if we can buy some eggs, and then I can make some pancakes.
I got to stand at the in our like supermarket closest to us, they have those automated till machines where they're, you know, where you like scan your own products and stuff, and you can insert change. So I inserted like 4 euros worth of bronze, so 1s and 5s and like 10s and 20s. It was fun. Felt like a kid.
With everyone staring at you like,
I don't know.
"You."
I didn't look around. I was just like, do 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 do.
Always stuck up on eggs, says Haruko-chan. That's advice. That's good life advice right there. Eggs are the gateway to so many good things.
Yeah, but then they'd be vegan pancakes too. And who wants vegan pancakes?
I want vegan pancakes.
Okay.
Give me the recipe. I want. I like trying vegan stuff.
I messed up the relationships on this. So how do I fix? How do I fix?
How I fix? I'm like, careful. Tibbs will get you. Oh, nice, Tib. Good pancake pun. I love trying vegan food because it's often super duper nice and it's also often much better for you.
Cool. Okay.
Chocolate chips in your pancakes. Decadence. Decadence.
Maybe you can have a pancake off with Verdi.
Maybe. That's something I'm happy to lose.
No, I mean Tib and Verdi.
Oh, I see. I'm not included in the pancake.
Well, you can make pancakes if you want.
I'm gonna do it too.
Just figured we had only so much griddle space.
Nah.
No.
I'll do it. I don't know. I'll find a way.
You use the microwave.
Yeah. Microwave my pancakes. My pancakes strike fear into people because they're ahead of their time. That's all. Yeah, gluten-free stuff as well. I really like gluten-free cakes, so they tend to be a lot... Like, the texture's different. They tend to be a bit gloopier. And I'm a fan of the gloop.
You're a fan of the gloop, huh?
I am.
Gloop fan here.
Yeah.
Certified gloop fan.
This person is standing on their hands.
I'm gonna try redrawing this and see if I can like get it better.
What is it that you're drawing?
Just a pose.
Cool. That sounds good. And waffles. Haruko, waffles are amazing. You know, Mike hasn't tried sweet waffles before.
Nope.
I'll get some for you at some point soon.
Okay.
They're very good.
I just realized that yesterday was Sunday.
Yeah.
I hope Owen didn't message us. We missed it.
No, not as far as I know.
Okay.
We usually go for brunch on Sunday. And I'm wondering who Owen is and why we're worried about him messaging us.
Oh, yeah.
Owen's an awesome comic book artist, Owen Marin.
Owen Marin. Yay.
And we sometimes go for brunch on Sundays.
I knew something felt missing.
Bertie says, I'm hoping gluten-free food fad will die because there are people who insist all gluten-free stuff will help people lose weight. Not me. not the gluten-free stuff I eat, which is exclusively cakes. Potato waffles are good, Tibbs. You can't fault a good potato waffle. We always end up talking about food.
Yeah.
Makes me hungry.
Thanks everyone.
It's good. Good. The waffles that I'll get you won't be as good as actual fresh baked American waffles.
That's alright.
Because they'll be packeted. But
Packeted.
Funky Shapes potato waffles. You don't know what they are? Ha! You people from across the sea not know what potato waffles are. They're delicious, savoury foodstuff. They're a bit like potato croquettes, if you know what they are, but shaped like waffles. They're really good.
Is anything that has like a grid-like pattern just a waffle? And if so, why?
Am I familiar with Waffle House? I've heard mention of the amazing, legendary Waffle House, but I don't actually know what it is. I'm assuming it's a house of waffles, where you go and you order waffles. Oh my goodness, Rabbit, look at these. #1 Gloop fan. That's me.
Is it a doodle?
Draw pill. It is. It's awesome. I love it. You'll give the heart. Really bad heart.
Oh, of course, we can just get like automatic rabbit doodles by being in the
Mike
in the
2
draw pile.
monitors Doig. That is what they call you.
What about 2 monitors? As if they were being watched by the government.
30 Waffle House is where you go at 2 a.m. for breakfast with your college friends and hope there isn't a druggie shouting on the kitchen counter. This doesn't sound like a friendly place to go. This sounds like the opposite of a friendly place to go.
Where everybody knows your name.
I don't want my waffles with druggies on the side. Only maple syrup. Or as we have it in England, golden syrup. Because maple syrup isn't much of a thing here.
Well, you can't get it.
Only recently. It's become like an import over the past like 10 years or something.
An important import.
Yeah. But we never used to have it when I was a kid. It used to just be golden syrup. Waffle House is only good at the appropriate time in the morning. Are they like the kind of waffles that will soak up any bad stuff in your system?
I think we're very close to my stomach making a really loud sound.
I want a t-shirt that says no druggies, just syrup.
That's gonna make no sense to anyone. I like it. The best t-shirts are in jokes. Our flatmate Declan has like a t-shirt for a fictional gentleman's club, or like a strip bar or something, and every time you meet someone new, he has to like
Explain his
explain
t-shirt.
like this. I didn't get this. This is a fictional thing. It's not a real.
To the point where I'm
clothes.
like, Declan, are you sure you want to keep wearing that t-shirt? It feels like every time you wear it, you feel the need to apologize for it with everyone you meet.
I think he just likes the where it's from, show it's from.
Yes, I agree.
I think he finds it funny.
I think it's a good t-shirt.
Yeah, this one was slightly harder because it's like a downward angle.
Oh yeah, it's nice though. Looking good. Yeah, the clones aren't people shirt is real and out there. It's worn frequently as well, I should say. I feel it's important to inform you how often Mike wears that t-shirt.
Which t-shirt?
The clones aren't people.
Oh, I love that t-shirt. It's so comfy. And it matches with my political views.
On clones.
Yeah.
Monkey shapes, that's okay, no worries. You just chill, my homie. Y'all are my homies. I hope that's okay with you. Don't really get a choice. My homeboys.
Doig thinks I donated my hair to make a clone of myself. You fool! There's only one D like me. Ha. Did I?
The D army would be unstoppable.
Yeah, it would be so well. Like their time management would be impeccable.
That's true. Imagine how many shows you could board. Plaster that thing up, Purin. Plaster that finger.
Save the blood. Keep it within you.
It seems like your tablet's been doing really well for you, David. The Apple is what I mean. Seems like that's something you really enjoy drawing on. You see how much you enjoy drawing on yours has made me really want to get one as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Waffles, do it.
Rabbit's making you a t-shirt.
What?
Hmm?
What?
Rabbit's making you t-shirt design.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Have you seen Emlet's doodle down here?
No, what is it?
I don't know whether Emlet drew the potato or not, but I just love that. Get a room!
Oh, the potato. The Emlet-tato. Emlet-tato.
Nice gesture, Swifty.
Thank you. Still feel like I'm not properly loose, but this is nice. It's helping.
Tiny did jump in. Awesome.
Yes, Tiny. Emlet drew all the potato. Oh, hell yeah. I'm gonna have a quick zoom around too. I want to see what's going on in the rest of the world. Looking good, everybody. Oh no, why are these two potatoes so sad? Because they found a chip. Oh no.
Is it a chip?
I think so. It's a potato brethren.
Oh.
So sad.
Oh. That's genius and sad.
Rabbit, that's genius. Having a syringe with the syrup in it. Nice.
See you, Hardick.
Boy. Oh my goodness. Space Dad says, I was thinking that for future Starlight Brigade stuff, you guys could include a race of tiny potato aliens who are kind of like the mice from Voltron and the waving snail from Adventure Time. I love the idea of there being like a race of small potato people.
What would they be
Little
called?
Emlet potatoes.
Would you just call them Emlet?
Yeah, maybe.
What are they? Oh, they're Emlets. But it's not a like a descriptor of the race. It's like the possessor, the creator. The Pato Knights.
Emlet says, I'll design the potato race, you come up with the lore. I feel like we need to know your story to come up with the lore. Since the Emletatoes are based on you.
Would they be expatriates? That didn't really work.
I see where you're going with it.
Yeah.
I appreciate the effort.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
That's all I have.
Hold on, I'm reading potato lore now. Bertie says they search for the perfect planet to bury themselves and propagate. And Space Dad says every hero in the Starlight Brigade cast would have a patat counterpart who has the same personality, just cuter and smaller. Bertie continues, which they do often on a daily basis, and they just can't stop budding children. They need a place to put all the potato children that keep growing on their heads.
Is that how potatoes work?
Yes. We're probably going to end in a sec, Funky Shapes, unfortunately.
Yeah.
We have to get some stuff ready for 10. So we're going to have to whoosh off.
Whooshing.
But if you have the strength in you, then you could draw a little bit yourself. I think it would be good.
Preparing for a session reset.
Well, I'm going to take that as a sign. Ooh. And get ready to go and check my bank balance and various things. Run some errands.
I'll transfer Verdi's very generous food stamp donation to the bank.
Thank you.
We'll get breakfast with it tomorrow.
You guys have an awesome day, and we'll hopefully see you tomorrow on the stream.
Yeah.
You ready, Mike?
Yeah. Thanks for joining us, everyone, and we'll catch you tomorrow.
And may the rest
Of your day
be filled
with
adventure and syrup.
and syrup. Take care, everyone.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.